All right. So, gentlemen, ladies, and Arclight. When last we met, in fact, Arclight, you're not here yet, but this will clue you in. When last we played, your friend Azad was sort of pissed off because it turns out that Owain is basically enslaving his people to do his dirty work. When you found this out, you confronted Owain with a proposition that Thorin Hawklight may or may not be trying to move in on his territory. Upon discovering that Owain is in fact a Death Knight, you quickly and promptly obeyed his command and went over to Thorin Hawklight's, Wyrmwick City with the intent of either killing, capturing, discussing, or whatever the hell you guys were going to do. Thorin Hawklight. And, let's see, what else can I recap for you guys? That was pretty much it. You met Brother Walken. You determined that you currently don't have the means, you currently don't know how or cannot free these enslaved peoples. And upon trying to remove the device of enslavement, it promptly killed them. And then you smashed their heads in for no good reason. So,
zombies!
That's where we are. You're on your ship in the middle of fuck nowhere. Actually, you're in harbor right now at Wyrmwick. And that's where it leads us. Azad, however, has taken leave of the group. He feels he needs to venture back to his homeland to check on his family and brethren.
Left the oven on.
He also left the oven on. And Arclight, you were not here yet.
On the vine. Yeah.
I will let you know when you are. But yeah, that's pretty much the situation thus far.
Oh.
So, we're Looky here. It seems that things are going to be a matter difficult coming up here. We need to decide what we are going to be doing with this story and hawk phone fiddle. If you get what I'm saying.
I don't, actually.
Well, Looky here. Open up your ears.
You're going to do this the entire night?
I assume with Spoonie gone, I had permission.
I just want to make sure. I mean, if you're going to do it the entire night, I'm going to hold you to it.
Well, okay then.
Alright. So,
well, let's see here. This is quite interesting in terms of the situation. We have to deal with Thorin. We have to deal with him in some way. Basically, our main options with him is either we go through with the orders we got from over there, or we act like double agents and essentially do another back deal with him. And this is clearly getting rapidly into problems where we're deep in over our head. So
now, Jason, real quick, what kind of creature is a Death Knight? Like, is that an unholy thing, or is it...
I will, in fact, I will give you the exact information in 1 second. How's that sound? Page 40. A Death Knight wields fear like a weapon. It charges... That's enough of that. I don't give a shit. He's an undead natural humanoid. I don't know how you can be undead and natural at the same time, but there you go.
Well, I'm not too keen on helping out
and
undead abomination.
just so you know, yes. And this may go without saying, he's aligned evil.
Okay, I figured as much.
I do not believe we should ally ourselves with this unholy creature.
I would be in agreement. It's just as soon as we go against what he offered us, then, well, he's going to be coming after us, and we'll have to be ready for it, I guess. I casually pull out my knife to check
an entire church of Pelor here. If he wants to come and get us, then he can. So be it.
Fair enough.
Doesn't seem like the guy would have a trouble wiping out a small town.
No, not quite.
To be fair,
Wyrmwick is not that small.
Wyrmwick's a population of almost 1 million.
Oh.
So we I think we're in agreement that we're going to go back to Hawkeye and we're going to essentially let him know about the situation.
The only problem I've got with that, those pirates we got the chip off, they knew where we were going.
Oh yeah.
So obviously either he inquired before or let them know we were coming for their ship.
Oh, I believe
or
questioning is
had
going to be.
something planned. So I don't think everything's quite as clear cut here, either.
No, it is most certainly not.
Well, I'm certainly fine with at least visiting him without the intent to kill or capture him. It's just a matter of, well, what do we tell him and what do we allow him? What do we trust him with information-wise after we figure out,
Now, was there like a note that he gave us, the Death Knight guy?
No,
Or was it just
he
a
commanded you. He commanded you to go kill Thorin.
Okay.
It was just a case of kill and get shinies.
But I thought there was a note or something we found, wasn't there? Were we able to translate that, or?
Go back to my. You found. You had a list of commands. That would the basic commands you could give to the enslaved.
Oh, okay.
You also had early on, and I don't have it in my notes right now, but earlier on you did have a note that may or may not have indicated that Thorin Hawklight was a recipient of a package.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. There was some letter involving
Yes,
him.
we
Okay.
think he's actually involved in this and just trying to take over rather than trying to get to the bottom of it.
That's what you concluded, yes.
Okay.
Could always ask Brother Walker to kill the Death Knight for you.
We always could. He is a very powerful mage, cleric thing.
Stop
I
talking
didn't
to
say
yourself. You can't hear the DM. Okay, stop talking to yourself.
Who are you talking
Well, looky here. I heard something. It was the
Voices
wind.
in your head.
Did you not hear it?
No.
Had a very thick New York accent.
What's New York?
What's...
I don't know either. Let's get going. I'm starting to feel insane.
So you guys are gonna head to Thorian's abode?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I do believe that we should formulate a game plan as to what we are going to say to Mr. Thorian.
Well, I think the first order of business is figure out, ask him, why did they know that we were going to be there? What and exactly what they were going to have? I think things went almost too easily for us to get over there, and I want to resolve that first. Then we can talk about, well, the counter offer we've been given. Does that sound like a fair order of discussion?
Sounds fair enough to me.
Oh, actually, thinking about it, when we were talking to the Death Knight dude, didn't we just outright say that Thorian sent us, and he didn't seem too bothered?
No.
We said Thorian was trying to move in your territory, and he just ordered us to go kill him, as if he already knew he was in his employ.
Or simply that he's just very decisive. It's any even hint of dissent, and he just wants him dead right away. So
The basic thing is, what are we assuming about Thorian? That's the big decision. Are we taking his side, or are we taking the Dead Knight? Death Knight.
I refuse to take the side of undead abomination.
I don't believe that we should be taking either side. We should bring them both to justice.
I concur.
Perhaps we should begin with the one that we can handle in our current state, but
Yes.
eventually we will have to defeat both of them.
Yep. We need a training montage.
Yes.
What?
The only training in D&D is murder. Okay.
Murder montage.
I say we go out into the field. We find an area where boars just respawn and just keep on fighting them repeatedly until we.
I
until we are
agree.
able to- All right, it's decided. Okay, let's go to Thor.
That would take forever. You are all insane.
You can't grind. All right.
Well, looky here. Do I sound
I know,
insane to you?
Now, you can't grind in my
Yes!
session, guys. I'll remind you that I'm keeping track of the XPs, so... You know.
Yeah.
Like 4 days later, nothing's happened.
You've gained 0 experience. Damn it! Maybe we keep killing them. All right, let's go. Let's go to Thorian.
You guys are gonna head to Thorian, then?
I'm gonna be right back real quick.
Okay, considering it's night, he's not in... Well, I guess we can move today.
Yeah.
Alright, so you'll spend the night in your ship, and you'll move today. You're going to... approach him in his office? Where?
Believe we will. Well,
The office? Are you gonna try to find him on a street? Are you gonna try to find where he lives? Or are you just gonna go to his office?
Office is probably best.
Okay. It's nighttime. You're eaten by a group. No, alright, so your group wanders off to the local guard, to Thorian's guard station, at least. And you find his office, and you knock on the door opens, and Thorian greets you. My friends, welcome back. I hope you have good news for me.
well,
As he welcomes you into his office and sits back down at his desk.
we have news. We were able to do what you asked without too much trouble.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Excellent. So you have the evidence we need, then?
Oh yes, absolutely. Though I have to be honest. When we pulled into dock, that actually went by much more, how would I say, easily than I suspected it was going to.
Easily, as in...
As in, it seemed like they were expecting us to be there in some way.
I'd imagine so. You did hijack one of their pirate ships.
Well-
Unless you didn't use this merchant ship.
Well, we did use the ship, but even given that, there was just something that felt just a little odd about the area when we pulled in. It was like as if this ship might have frequented the area, and they didn't even seem put off by the fact that people who were not at all in the ship before, possibly, pulled into dock. So
You do know Owain has a high turnover ratio, do you?
well, I would suspect so after seeing what we saw over there.
Generally, he's not known as one of the nicest people in the world. In fact, most people don't even know what he looks like. Most people have never even met this Owain. I suspect myself that he's but a figment of our imaginations, and some sort of conglomerate of illegal activity actually controls the hold.
Listen, I believe my associates here have some other things they would like to add into the conversation. Eli.
Do you have the crates, at least?
Yes, the crates. We have them safely on the ship still. We didn't want to move them too much to the city, just to not draw too much attention towards them, but they're on the ship and they're secured.
He signals to one of the guards standing outside the door. So the guard nods and walks off. Excellent. My men will retrieve the crates. You said your friends had something they needed to bring up.
Well, you mentioned Eli, but I don't know if Chris is back.
Well,
You want to wait for Chris?
we can, or I mean, if anyone else wants to chime in, that's fine too.
All right. Well, why don't we'll wait for Chris before we do this. I didn't realize he had left. Maybe
Yeah, he said he'd be right back. But...
Oops.
What'd you need me for?
We're talking with Thorin right now, and I explained that we got the crates and there was achievement from the ship, but I said my associates have some other things we'd like to discuss, and I just sort of nodded towards you just to keep from being the only guy talking the whole time.
Were you aware of the slaving going on over there, Mr. Thorian?
Not necessarily slaves, though there were rumors of people who were working against their will. Nobody actually ever proved that.
So you were completely unaware of the elves that were being enslaved over there?
Enslaved elves? No,
Yeah.
I've not heard of this.
Okay, good, because they were drows. I was trying to catch you off guard, and you were very sharp.
I have not heard of enslaved drows either. This is something new to me. What do you mean enslaved drows? Drows are rather powerful. You don't generally just chain them up.
Sense motive.
Well,
I'm going to see if he is lying.
All right.
Let's see here.
it's insight.
Looks like check.
It is inside, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good for me then. Oops.
Nice roll. You suspect rather strongly that he is lying through his teeth.
All right. Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. You don't just chain a drow up. I mean, what do you mean enslaved?
Oh, well, looky here. I got chips in my mouth. So 1 second.
He's a one-man cheeseburger apocalypse.
I thought Nick was gonna go somewhere with the whole sense motive thing, so I was like, I could eat chips real quick.
Nope, never mind. Sirs, if you would please elaborate on this. If there's slavers in our land, we really should have them taken care of.
I concur. Perhaps you should send a contingent of your own guards over there and see what's going on.
A
Perhaps
contingent
you yourself,
Owen's Hold.
you yourself might be able to investigate.
You want me to send a contingent of men to Owain's Hold? Do you know
Or
what
yourself.
happened the last time a full-scale war was waged on the Hold?
I suspect it was not good, since Owen is still operating.
Quite bloody.
Yes.
The council will not be very enthusiastic about this suggestion. I can present it to him, of course.
Look, we are just paid to be doing this. If you ask for our opinions, we will give them, but I do not know what else you want us to do besides the fact that we have reported back with the goods that you were looking for.
Yes, you
believe
have. You have reported back, and you should be rewarded for that. And he reaches down into his, underneath his desk. You hear a couple of clicks, and you see several bags appear. Puts them on the table for four of you. He says, "I believe there was a fifth member of your party, wasn't there?"
Yes.
He was very sleepy and he went to go take a nap. No, he had to go. As you recall, our fifth party member was of the drow variety and he wanted to return home to make sure his family and friends are okay, considering the circumstances that we found it at Owain's Hold.
So you find yourself a member short.
At the moment, yes, we do.
Liam, are you still here, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. Then perhaps, gentlemen, I could entice you to take along another adventurer who I've signed up for special duty purposes.
What
like
do you
to joke
mean
around
by
and-
special duty purposes?
What'd you say?
What do you mean by special duty purposes?
Well, we can't be caught. We can't be caught having the guards going into Owain's Hold and seizing evidence the way you have. So we label it special duties. You're given clearance to do what we
Okay.
ask you to do, and you do it. Well, hopefully you do it.
Or you don't.
But if you are so interested in having a fifth member, I do have another adventurer who's willing to sort of tag along. Not very pretty to look at. I jokingly called her turret face, but Keithra, if you would come in, please.
Ouch!
You say that, sir, but when you made those advances on me and I denied you, that's when you started calling me it. Hello, I am Akitra, and I am an elf, quite obviously. The bow is my weapon, and adventuring is my game.
That did
Hello,
quite
sirs.
fine.
She hasn't been on any missions as of yet, but she seems rather capable with a dagger and a bow. And he sort of points to a scar on his left cheek there that is seems to be freshly made. Believe me, you may not want to make any unnecessary advances at her.
Tell me, are we the first members of your special duties group that have gone into that region?
Survived.
Are you the first to go into Owain's Hold? No. Are you the first to come out alive? Yes. I'm not going to lie. Owain is generally not very happy when it comes to unknowns entering his territory. And to be honest with you, I am a bit surprised that he lets you in.
You know him then?
I know of him.
So how come earlier you told us he was possibly a figment of somebody's imagination of conglomerate companies?
Perhaps, and you can sense his hesitation here, perhaps it's best if we don't have this conversation right now.
Perhaps it is best that we do have this conversation right now, Mr. Thorian.
If you really wish
I do
to
not
have
believe
it.
that you are being completely forefront with us. And considering the circumstances you are asking of us, I would appreciate the most a sincere honesty that you can give us.
If I were to tell you the truth, you would walk out and you would never do another mission for us as long as we lived.
I will assure you, sir, that I do missions based on a moral standard. I do not do this for money.
Then, perhaps you've met Owain? Do you know of his supernatural, almost, nature?
The zombie-ism, yes. We all
Yes. The Death Knight Owain, the one who surges power throughout his being. The Death Knight Owain who seems to be almost waging a full-scale war against this fledgling city of ours, this Wyrmwick. Perhaps you've seen potentially the threat that he poses to the entire land. And also perhaps you know a little bit of the lore of the Death Knight. He's undead, and that means somebody made him undead, or something. And we're very, very concerned about this. We think there's far more to this Owain thing than just him being angry and trying to take over the world.
Of course.
Well, needless to say, you managed to prove, at least to me, possibly even to the council, that, well, Owain is responsible, or at least shipping in these devices that Wes the Mad was using, and he's undoubtedly using them on other creatures, not just the drow. What if he's recruiting dragons? What if he's recruiting other supernatural beings?
So you are so concerned for the safety of Wyrmwick that you would consider using the same extremely effective methods.
No. I'm concerned that Owain is responsible for this and he's going to take over Wyrmwick. That's what I'm concerned about. All I wanted you guys to do was to help prove that this was in fact true, and quite frankly, my guard was never up to it.
Interesting.
Gentlemen, if you have any doubts, I can put them to rest for you. You will find that the crates that have been taken off of your ship, and believe me, it is your ship now. We'll deal with any ruffians that try to take that one over. You'll find it in the evidence lockup 2 floors below, and you can visit the evidence lockup whenever you wish. I have no doubt. I have no need of taking any of that unforsaken, ungodly equipment out of there. But gentlemen, it seems we've come to a turning point. You're either going to continue to work for us, or you are going to have to leave.
Well, I'm certainly not opposed to trying to undermine a Death Knight's mission as much as possible, but I would like to ensure that we are working for a morally upright person here, Mr. Thorian, rather.
You're never gonna get the guy's name right, are you?
No, fuck you. You have to earn that right. Get a simple name.
Mr. Thornmouth.
I'm gonna call you Smithy from now on.
You want me to prove that I'm morally upright? Is that your
I would like a
contention?
promise from you that you are morally upright in every single way.
Ugh.
In every single way. Well,
Yes.
I am no priest, sir. I am but an officer of the law, and I have my faults as any other man has his faults. All I want to do is ensure the safety of Wyrmwick. I can't assure you that I am
Doing nothing illegal to accomplish that.
I'm not doing anything illegal to accomplish that, no. No, I am not. In fact, everything you've been done has been sanctioned by the council. They've just not want to do anything official, as per the guards. As per using the guards, per se.
You are using a loophole in the laws. We understand.
Well, the council is. I'm just an executor of the council, so. But, if you wish, you went to Owain's Hold. You didn't happen to see anything around there, speak to anyone working there. Besides the drow, of course.
I would like to continue, but someone is farting in the background here.
Sorry about that. That was my bad.
There was his.
My bed is really creaky. I'm sorry.
There was the underling with the owlbear.
Mm-hmm.
I forget her name.
There was
Species.
what?
The underling with the owlbear.
Yes.
I forget her name, species, or point of existence.
Yeah, I can bring that up. Hang on. Are you talking about the, who the hell was it? We'll bring that up. Are you talking about the Transmuter
Yes.
that, brought you to, Owain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about him?
That's the only other person we spoke to.
You spoke with... So you spoke with this Transmuter, and what did they have to say?
Not very much.
Not very much. We needed to talk to them in order to make sure that we got the proper crates loaded onto our ship and
I see.
set up.
And the Transmuter, that's the personal guard, or, well, not guard, more of a secretary, I suppose, of Owain. You didn't speak with Owain, did you?
He's got the best bluff.
What's up? No.
He's got the best bluff.
It's like, we.
I have a 3, so I don't think it's me.
I've only got one.
like,
Oh God, please don't tell me I have the best bluff with the 3.
no. Okay, we saw glimmerings of Owain, or at least heard word of it, but we never spoke to him in person.
Bluff?
26.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I see. So you did not speak with Owain. That's good. Owain probably would have told you to kill me, had you spoken to him.
Over there at City.
But from what you told me, I wouldn't be surprised either if that was the case.
I would not be surprised then if Owain knew of this happening. This is interesting. This is a very interesting situation, though. It's a good thing you didn't speak to him. A good thing you didn't speak to him, indeed.
No, of course.
All right then. Well, I am going to have to discuss this with the council, and with the other guards. We need a different course of action, I believe, and penetrating Owain's Hold may not be the best course of action. For now, though, enjoy your time here in the city. We'll provide you with a hotel room, or, well, an inn for the night at least, for each of you.
I have one other question for you.
Yes.
You were sending people to take a look into Wes's lair after we went there. What did your men find?
The men didn't find anything except an abandoned lab. Oh, that was it, really.
There was no dragon?
There was no dragon there, nothing to speak of. The few corpses you left there, they were still there.
Yes.
Of course. A few of those mind control boxes that Wes had been using, that we believe Owain's constructing, were there scattered around the floor, but other than that, there was nothing there.
Good.
Well then, I have much to do, much to discuss. I'll need a couple of days' time to sort this out, of course. Until then, the city will be paying for your hotel room, and he points you to the Septium Hotel, where you can stay for the duration. The city will be paying for it. If you'll excuse me, I must report this to the council. And he nods to you and wanders off out of his office.
All right. Let's gather up the gold for a moment and get out as soon as we can.
Take the loot and run like hell.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go over to the end to gather our thoughts. And shall you agree?
Yeah.
And lady, obviously.
For the record, there was 50 gold apiece in the bags.
Yay.
And Skitch, how much gold do you have?
Personally, let me double check real quick.
Yeah, double check.
as of now, this would put me at 450.
Okay, Arclight, that's the amount of gold you should have too.
How much?
How much is that?
450.
Okay, I'll note that down. Okay.
All right, so with Hawklight gone, you guys can do whatever the hell you want.
All right. Well, I'm proposing that we all go back to the inn and settle in for a moment so we can talk about our next course of action.
No, I concur.
All right. So we're assuming that we're going to be at the inn.
The Septium Inn.
If you guys, all right, so you guys go to the inn. There's rooms up top and there's a bar at the bottom. It's a very basic sort of place, although it's located in a decent neighborhood. It's not a rowdy place.
I walk up to the owner and just basically confirm of our room upstairs.
Ah, yeah, you're the group of 5 we were expecting. City's paid for. You got we've got everything settled here, just upstairs, second floor. And
I thank him and I set 5 gold on the counter for him. Thank you for taking care of our accommodations, sir.
he nods. Thank you very much, and then hands you all your keys.
All right. And we head on up to, I head on up to one of the rooms, opens it up, and just invite everyone on in so we can sit down.
Okay.
I will stand, give the lady a chair.
All right. So
Look at you say.
I look
I'm
at you
taking a
and
liking
say,
to your.
I look at you and say,
Yeah, because Skit just
Stop
said-
doing it, me.
The elf
Shut
opens. The elf girl opens her mouth and
it comes out.
And then Skit just jumps
You-
before he goes, "Hey guys."
Look here, ma'am. You do not have to feel shy around me. I assure you, I am a high class, a gentleman of the highest
Oh
caliber.
no, sir. I'm not shy at all. In fact, I'm very outgoing, if you will.
Right.
And I wink.
Well,
But
I do hope you are not trying to come on to me, ma'am. Yeah.
All right.
I do believe the only love of my life is paid.
All right. So here, so we basically have, this situation is getting both better and worse at the same time. Better because so far I don't feel bad for working for Thorian. Worse for what we did while we were for Owen Tall. So,
Well, we have that letter that seems to indicate that Thorian is not as upright as he indicates, and if need be, we can take that to the council. They will be able to see what's going on and perhaps take action where we cannot.
perhaps, but I don't. If he is really entrenched with the council, they might look at it and things might happen.
The other
And
point
perhaps
of
we
view
can talk to people outside of the council. Perhaps the Church of Pelor and the church that my good friend Arthur here is a part of.
The other point of thought being that
Elf
thought
god
might be working
thing.
on behalf of the council.
Corellan.
I do not know of your clown true's religion god, but I am sure he is adorable. I mean, very powerful. No,
Dother, don't mind him. He is
Stupid.
peculiar. Yes.
And
I was
he
gonna
talks
say
to himself.
he does. I'm confused about that myself, but it must be what happens when you're a Pelor follower, I suppose.
Pelor's spirit is around us all,
Yes,
listening.
to see his only merriment is his god.
I'm gonna have to make sure to remember.
See his only merriment is his god.
Indeed. Right. So this brings us then to now. So we
Crinkle,
we've
crinkle.
opened up the wrapping paper to our and now we dine. No, so now we got ourselves
I bought chips for everybody.
I'd remind you guys that you are in a bit of a situation here. Thorin is Thorin, whatever you decide he is, and Owain has told you to kill him. And
Yes.
Owain does not seem to be the type of guy you want to fuck around with.
no. White. Uh
As I said, if we need to be, we can bring this up to the council and let them put judgment upon Thorn. Even if he is not killed, perhaps being inside our judicial system away from any sort of government control would be enough for this old Wayne fellow to still be satisfied. But we will still be giving justice to those who deserve it.
If we find that Thorian's actually, being honest, and he's on our side, so to speak, we could just ask him to lie low.
I think that the question here is whether or not the council is fully aware of what he's doing. Because
behind it.
he is carrying out, supposedly, their demands by sending us out to perform these tasks. And they are aware that in any other situation, what we would be doing would not be strictly legal under their own laws.
Mm-hmm.
So they obviously
However-
know that there's something on hand.
However, is he also using this as an opportunity to carry out his own plans?
That's when it gets kind of confused. That's when we start dealing with deeper line of thinking. That gets a little heavy.
So what are the options on the table aside from alerting the council? Killing him? I would have no part of that.
So sometimes law is best spoke with the blade, and not with the voices of people who won't listen.
Well,
I know you've got your god. I know you've got your god and your laws, but do you really believe that the laws will bring this man down?
Well-
Why are we killing him other than to appease the commands of an abomination?
I mean,
But he
that's
seems to be working beyond the law.
Then we
Harsh.
can bring him to justice under the same principles of our own society. We have a judicial system for that very reason.
well. Here's the more important question overall. If we're talking this sort of realms, but ultimately, if we're going to start talking about going out and taking out people or whatever, I mean, ultimately, I guess the goal is the aim is to get rid of Owain, and in order to do, and how to achieve that, I have no idea how that's even possible with what we have now, given.
I think that what we need to do is we need to find out exactly where Thorn stands in relation to the council, if they are fully aware of all that he is doing. If they are, then there is nothing we can do about the current situation, and we should focus on dealing with the matter with the enemy outside of our borders, and then worry about the state of the city afterward. However, if he is acting outside of their knowledge, then we can bring him to trial immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I concur with that plan.
And we should seek out a member of the council and see what we can find out.
Would I be able to roll a history check, or if anyone else? I should be doing that in character.
Out of character.
In character. First, we should roll our history checks and see. I would like to roll a
Oh, a
history check.
history check, good sir. What
We know of
madness
any-
is this?
Also,
I-
you-
I-
We know
where are you
of any
talking-
particular members of the council who are very,
Pardon me. Sorry.
Trustworthy.
very open. Well, no, very open. Someone we can talk to, because obviously council members aren't going to be very easy.
I don't think you'd do a history check for that. I would actually do either do an insight or a streetwise.
I could do a streetwise. Try to ask about.
I'll do an insight.
Kaboom!
Oh, nice.
Aw.
18 on the insight. All right, I'll bring up his name.
You're like, well, I do believe.
I don't speak.
Well,
I'll,
look here.
I'll give you his name in a minute. Hang on. I'm sorry.
So anyway, what were you talking about? Rolling history?
It is a matter of paid law. You wouldn't understand.
No.
It
I
is.
don't think I want to understand.
You
We
probably
pray, to
should.
pay, we pray to Pelor to give us guidance, and then, when we are not victorious, we scream
So
at
what's
the person
absolutely
behind us.
ridiculous
I-
voice, sir? Excuse me. What absolutely ridiculous voice are you doing?
I speak.
Well, looky here. That is absolutely. How would anyone take you seriously like that?
I'm gonna say I was expecting that the first time Arclight said anything, I was expecting Chris to just start screaming. It was saying, "Shut the fuck up, woman! Get back in the kitchen!"
I speak to Akitra and Dother and Elvin and say, unfortunately, he's more useful than his manners suggest. So let's deal with his.
Well, look here. Stop speaking Spanish over there. I don't know if you don't understand.
Okay, Nick, you determined that that Khan Muzrag is the man of the people, or at least the one the people seem to enjoy the most. Everyone
Khan
else,
Muzrag.
Muzrag.
All right.
He's the man you would like to. You'd probably more than likely approach.
All right. Well, then we should try and make plans to meet with him.
You don't know where he lives, but you do know that he's a member of the council, and you could probably just go to the
Do we
council
know
building.
anything specific about him?
He's a human, and the people seem to love him. His policies are mostly that of reduced taxes. He's actually pushing for eliminating taxes, and he's pushing for the elimination of the guard as a whole, to replace with a different entity.
That's actually quite curious. I don't suppose someone will be able to roll like a streetwise check to see if they know anything less clean about him.
Any dirt on him?
And if you won't help us,
Well, the thing I'm trying to see if there's an inn. You know, is he?
Is there something you can hold over him? Is that what you're asking?
That, or if there's like any particular weakness that we can exploit to get to him.
He wants to know. He wants to know what species he prefers for his prostitutes. That's all he knows.
A little bit, actually, yes.
Well, I guess what you could do is
gender.
what you could do is you could try and strike up conversations with people on the street, and I'd roll a streetwise check for that.
all right.
Well,
We could go gather some information on him, and meanwhile, also try and spend some of this gold we earned. Because I have a little bit of equipment I like to buy.
A little bit of equipment you'll need. All right, so are you guys going to spend basically the day trying to sort of strike up conversations on the street and find out information about this guy?
Why?
Yes.
All right, so each of you then, who's going to do that? You're going to roll a streetwise check,
Right?
All right. And meanwhile,
and then I'm assuming you're going to
Like,
put
what is
this
his
all
name?
together.
What's the dude's name again?
Khan
Muzrag.
On Muzarag. So that's my
I'm
streetwise
going
for
to,
trying to determine any special information about him. 22.
Jason, would I be able to find a suit of hide armor?
You could in this city. You can pretty much find everything.
I found a 19.
Wow, that's a nice roll.
It actually is, considering
I'm
my
a-
complete garbage streetwise. I'm like, look here, ladies.
I've got a 23.
I'm assuming like outside of like magical stuff. You mean?
Jesus, we all had great rolls.
I've got no modifier.
So basically, if you mean anything, if I could find just a +1 cookery, would that be possible in this town?
Wait, what?
If I wanted to find like a +1 weapon, like a +1 cookery, would that be possible?
+1. You could get a +1, but a non-magical.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get the basic one, but the other ones.
Like no special properties, just
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
+1 is technically magical, but
Right, yeah. But
Plus one is magic weapon, but doesn't have any.
yeah. But I mean, like there are
The
other
way I always
properties.
define it is it's just a really good version of a regular kukri. It doesn't actually have
Essentially,
magical power. It's just a
Right.
really high quality version.
yeah, that's what I'll be basically purchasing amongst the town as I'm navigating through the streets.
I would like to see if I can find the same but for armor. That's okay.
Well, let's find the high quality. Let's find a high quality.
Well,
smith.
let's first see what we found out from our rolls, because we actually had very good ones.
I'm
So
still
I
writing
just-
it out, but
How do you guys?
Okay,
get the
then-
pictures? How do you guys get the pictures to appear? Your pogs before you.
You
Oh.
right click and go impersonate on your mini.
And you can actually you go into the portrait and you throw a portrait on there.
What am I looking for?
Hallelujah.
On the last page, you look for a. You're looking at portraits basically.
No, I've lost it.
I'm not even touching you. I'm just capering around you.
Hang on, tell me again. Click on
Double
my
click
mini.
your character, go into your last tab, which is config.
Got
Right
it.
there, you can drop down a picture into portrait.
Why can I not find just regular +1 armor?
The way that it works is you pick your armor type, and there should I'll help look for it. For magic armor,
Or do I have to go under magic? I don't know.
so go
This
underneath
is
armor, and then just sort by
The
cost.
shame.
Sort by cost, and then the first thing underneath the regular armor will be magic armor.
Oh,
plus.
magic armor plus. Okay, it's called magic armor +1. Okay.
Right.
And there are also set different types of armor within the
Yeah.
different sets.
Yeah.
Sort
Okay.
of like
So
cost.
I'm gonna buy that and equip that. All right. So I got what I needed, and I'm gonna sell my old version. Am I able to do that?
Yeah.
Just full price, or
How you?
I'm selling my old chainmail for 40 gold, basically. That's the value.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm holding on to my regular kukri. I just have a nicer one.
It's fine.
Would I be able to purchase 30 more arrows and still be able to have them in the quiver? My pack, like two quivers of 30. Because it'd just be hard. Cool.
Yeah, have fun.
If you need me, ma'am, I can always carry one of those quivers
Sweet.
for you.
Jason, in terms of
You said that rather quickly.
in terms of the armor that's available, would it just be like the regular stuff, like leather, hide, chainmail, or are any of the special types?
Well, what are you
underneath
looking for exactly?
I'm just looking at like the stuff it's classified as leather armor, but it's not regular leather armor. Like there's stuff that's called like Fey leather armor, and all that stuff is considered
Just
special.
regular the face stuff is
That's magic.
yeah, it's
I
pretty
kind
much
of,
magic.
I mean, I kind of figured, but I just wanted to check. All right.
Just stick with the normal stuff. The dragon scale armor you'll have to avoid too. Sadly, sorry to say.
Dragon scale armor.
Yeah, there is dragon scale armor in this game, but it's
It's expensive.
I don't think it's in the adventurer builder right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't think it's something you could buy at least. I hope not. All right. After a full day spent crawling the streets and speaking to people, striking up conversations about this Muzarog, you find out that he's mostly an honest man, but people suspect that he himself avoids paying taxes, and they think that because he encourages his voting constituents to not pay and also to resist arrest for tax evasion. His wife, Kriana, died under questionable circumstances. It was a very creepy situation. Her decapitated body was found in his bed, but the head was never discovered. Ultimately, it was assumed to be a political message, and no arrests were ever made. He served in the Guard for several years before he moved into politics, and is currently highly disliked by the Mages Guild because he has an anti-magic stance. He wants to practice banned from the city, the Guard, and the army. And that's pretty much all you can discern from him.
Interesting.
He's anti-tax, anti-magic, and his wife died without a head.
I believe we should go up there and bring up his dead wife. No, no, but we should come up with.
Clearly, the best idea is to find the head of his wife and bring it to him as a present.
That won't look bad at all.
No.
Well, looky here, we found a gift for you.
She wants to say hi to you. Oh,
As I put my hand inside and start using her as a puppet. Hey there! I love you, Karen! Oh,
right,
no,
so,
it's not.
Why did you kill me?
That sounds like a foolish idea. But we should come up with an idea of how we want to strike up a conversation with Mr. Muzarog. That is the point where you all are supposed to give suggestions. But I guess if we are not going to do that, I'll try to come up with one myself.
So before going, I was too busy messing with my character. Are we okay to buy new armors and stuff, Jason? Or
Yeah, just nothing magical. You can have +1, which I know is technically magical, but nothing that is with special properties. Yeah.
All right, so, well, we can basically either we confront him relatively soon by just going to his office in the council area, or we try to find out where he lives and confront him at his house. But
we do not know the state of what the Senate is, and it would probably look bad if we question someone they knowingly are allowing to break the law in front of everybody. So I believe talking to him in a private setting will probably be the best situation.
Well, I mean, like in his personal office, in his private office, not in front of the entire council. That would be a little less. That would not be quite as graceful, but.
Or perhaps. Give me one moment. I'm contemplate a plan of Maru.
A what?
Planamaroo?
I wanted to add extra syllables in there, but plan is only one, so I had to add them in myself.
You're not in character. Stop it.
I speak again to Doctor and Akitra. Trust me. And you get hit a few times, you're gonna want him around.
Do you know how insane Eli sounds when you did that? Like, I want to contemplate my Planamaroo. And nobody talks, and then he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to add a couple syllables." Like, what the fuck?
It's a maniac.
There we go. Arclight laughs like a woman. He's in character.
I'm gonna contemplate my Planamaroo. Excuse me, I just wanted to add a few syllables to that. What?
I wanted to see perhaps Drew, you are judging from your equipment, you seem to be someone, how do I put it, apt at sneaking into places.
Yes.
I wonder if perhaps you might be able to sneak into the establishment of this Muzarog and perhaps drop our letter off to him and see what he responds to that.
So you're proposing that we write a letter, find a place.
No, the letter that we have that shows the guilt of Mr. Thorin, whatever his name is, Smithy.
So we need to first find the evidence.
I would remind
No, we
you.
have that letter, don't we? Do we actually have a physical copy of that letter, or did we just not bring it?
You did not bring it, but I would remind you that the letter didn't actually say Thorian Hawklight on it.
Oh, it doesn't.
It alluded to his name.
Oh, okay.
Well, so you're saying we take this letter, drop it off to him in his homestead when he's sleeping, and then just sit back and watch what happens.
Not while he was sleeping. It would be a bit more dramatic than that, but.
You want me to make a lavish entrance and surprise him and offer
perhaps
him
with fanfare. Well, I don't see any of you coming up with a better idea.
So your plan is to break into the senator's house and try to be totally trustworthy with him.
No. I like this idea. Perhaps
exploding out.
Mr. Eden, I think this plan of a
We're just showing you that we can sneak in and kill you at any time. You should trust us.
Perhaps I should just be seated in his chambers, just patiently holding a glass of some fine liquor, and we walks in
Perhaps
just
without
him casual.
All right.
You're not Michael
Now
Corleone. Fuck off.
Now, what I will say is, I think the easiest option would be just to go to the Senate, go to his private office, and ask for a regular meeting, and then discuss things within there. At least he's out in the open. Are we at risk? Maybe, but I think that's probably the most rational plan so far.
I like how nobody suggested just tracking Thor and Hawklight.
That would have been educated, which we are not.
Well, a little late for that now. You don't know where the fuck he is.
Arclight's back to being 3 seconds behind. I think it might be 4 or 5.
All right, so have you guys decided on what to do?
I guess we're going to go with Skitch's idea of trying to have a meeting with Muzarog in his office.
All right, so you're going to head out now, or are you going to wait for the morning?
What time is it right now? Is Senate even still in session, or the council, rather?
Senate would not be in session right. Well, the council at least would not be in session right now. It's not officially a Senate yet, and but they're still open for business. So it's a little before nightfall. It's dusk, I should say, and you'd be able to talk to a secretary, I guess.
Well, that does us very little good.
We should at least make sure that
Nothing
he'll
else.
be able to see us.
Book an appointment.
We could book a meeting with them, yes. Although I imagine even if they know that what we're doing isn't all that... Yeah, well, now we can schedule a meeting, I guess.
I'm sorry. So you're gonna go there and try to schedule a meeting now?
Yes, talk to his secretary, I believe.
All right, I gotta get my woman voice ready. Hang on.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Arclight, you need to get lesbian with her. We need you to like wear like a skimpy dress and try to flirt with her.
Okay. So you go to the council chambers, and you notice they're quite large. And finding your way around is not the easiest thing in the world. You do have to ask for directions a couple of times, although you finally find the office of Khan Muzrag. And inside the office it's actually the entranceway to the office. You see his secretary, and she says, "Well, hello. Can I help you?"
Well, hello, dear ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite fine. Can I help you with anything?
Well, yeah, so we were wondering, we are trying to speak with Khan Muzrag whenever he has available time.
Oh, Mr. Murag is extremely busy. What is this about, I should ask?
We want to discuss with him some matters that we are currently working with Thorian Hawklad on, and we wanted to get his opinion on some matters. If we'd be able to speak with him, it would only take a few moments of your time, and want to try rolling, I guess, a diplomacy there or something?
You can try a diplomacy, sure.
23.
Nice roll. Well, Mr. Muzarog's schedule is extremely packed. Let me see what I can do for you. I have... I have a terrible woman's voice, I know that.
No, ma'am, your voice is very lovely. Please, no need to be self-conscious.
We could schedule a meeting, let's say 3 days from now at about noon. He has an open lunch slot he could take with you.
Well, if that is the earliest that we can get it, I believe we would like to take that. Thank you.
Yes, unfortunately, council is in session for the next few days, so he is very busy. We'll pen you in. Who should I pen this under?
Put it under, Drew Aris.
Drew Aris. Alrighty then, Mr. Aris. We will then, we'll see you in a few days.
Well, thank you very much, ma'am. You have an absolutely fantastic evening.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Get
the fuck out of my office.
What a stuck-up cunt.
As I walk out, I just sort of just like, why didn't you put your name down?
Oh, I panicked.
I think
No, I just thought you would... Oh, panic, no.
we could have got a quick reply.
I thought your name would be a bit more official on there. I am well known about here in these parts, but I'm well known for religious reasons, and I don't want that to impact our meeting, as it were.
Fair enough.
Alright, so what are you guys going to do now?
I do believe that unless we have anything else we can do today, I need to stop responding to your questions in character.
He's just breaking out in the middle of nothingness and just going, well, I do believe we want it. What?
I do believe so.
Sooner or later, he's going to start talking like that full time.
Last time, Eli, who are you talking to?
What are you talking to, Eli?
I speak to Keith and Duff. Like, seems like I speak to one of those things. I've heard of these folks. They eventually end up going to New York City and kill someone without realizing it, and claim that they're a holy man. But
no, say back to
My middle name is Pardue.
I believe he's under the infection called God.
No, I was saying, unless we have anything else we need to do, I don't think we have much else we can do except go to bed. I mean, there's we've done shopping. We've talked with who we can. We don't know where Thorian is. Unless you guys want to do anything else, I'd probably just go to bed.
Yeah, there's not much we can do at the moment. 3-day rest.
Except eat chips. Oh.
Do any of you speak any anything besides Elvish and Common?
I speak Dwarven.
Draconic, randomly.
Okay. All right, so you guys are gonna go to the inn and go to bed?
Yes.
Most likely, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Just a question though. What kind of rooms are we getting? Like 5 rooms, or are they pairing us up?
No, you each have individual rooms.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. You go to sleep and need to make a couple rolls. Hang on.
You go to sleep and a beautiful woman appears in the middle of the night. I didn't mean to roll that encounter, but there it is.
I go to sleep and then wake up. It's just Eli standing naked, going, "I do believe."
Wait, hello, dear.
Ooh, I saw. All right.
Well, look here.
Looky here at my enormous cock.
That's awful.
Okay. In the middle of the night, Eli, you notice 2 things that are very extremely strange. First thing you notice is that there's an arrow now sticking out of your shoulder, and you're going to take 1 point of damage from that. You also notice that there is a note at the end of the arrow, and you notice that your window is open.
I do believe. I do believe I did not put this arrow into my arm when I went to bed last night. Hello.
Email service gets a little bit better in time.
That means
I
the
do
guy
declare.
That means the window.
I'm gonna take the note off and read it. I can't really do much about the arrow at this point.
It's written in Draconic. Can you speak Draconic?
I can speak Dwarven. Are they very similar?
Not even close. Also, stop talking to nothing.
I was talking to the little.
Luther hears Eli talking to himself in the middle of the night and goes to make sure that he's not having an insane attack.
Dotha! I do believe an arrow has been inserted into my shoulder.
What did you do to yourself?
I do not know, but my arrow, my window rather, appeared to be open. I do believe that,
Put on some pants!
Hador does not observe to wear the pants.
You do notice that he is bleeding from his shoulder with an arrow sticking out. Maybe this is a bit more urgent than just a comedy scene.
Yeah, I do believe if we get the chance, we should see if, well, fuck it, I'm the healer here. Can I do a heal check on myself to see if I've been poisoned?
Yes, you can.
At least you did it out of character.
23.
You were not poisoned.
Can I use a heal check again to see if I can get the arrow out?
Yes.
28.
The arrow slides out cleanly, but that hurt like a motherfucker. Probably should have been biting down on something when you did that.
I'm a man. I learned to survive it. Now, would I be able to see if there's anything particular I note about this arrow? Are there any markings or anything on it, or is this a standard arrow?
This is not a standard arrow issued by any sort of military outfit or bought from anywhere. This seems to be hastily made. It seems to be like basically it's a stick with a sharp stone on the end, and